All right, another episode of Two Sentence Horror Stories. This time we've got tutorial. This will be a full spoiler discussion. So if you haven't seen the episode, go check it out. I recommend it. I actually quite enjoyed this episode.
I did too.
And that's all I'll say on it because I don't want to say anything else. So spoilers from here on. You've been warned. The opening of this the opening of this episode actually reminded me quite a bit of a movie we watched recently on Shudder that we both loved called Sissy.
Yep, it reminded me of that too.
The girl, she had a similar look to her, the way she was talking, she's an influencer or whatever with a social media presence, and just had a very similar opening.
Yeah.
Because in Sissy, we get her addressing us as the audience. As I said, physically, they're both light-skinned black women with the curly, big curly hair and everything. So she looked a lot like her. She acted a lot like her. Her presence. And then, boom! Here's the twist. She ends up being the killer, right? So that's also Sissy as well. So just had Sissy vibes, just a much more condensed version, and of course a bit different of a twist.
Yeah.
Now that's not a spoiler for Sissy, by the way.
No, it's not. No. But I agree with you. It had a similar vibe for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, basically, now this episode technically is a found footage episode, which is cool, and plays out like one video that she has recorded, and this is her upload. Now it fakes us out to make it seem like, of course, she's being stalked, and it also makes it seem like these are edits, cuts that will be made later, right? They're mess ups or whatever, but no, this is her video because she is the she's the bait luring her prey in to her domain so she can do the heel turn and flip the role and become the huntress. So what do you think?
I really liked this episode. I like all of the fake outs that happen. I actually kind of fell for a lot of them for the most part, so I thought that it was a really engaging episode, and I like I liked her acting. I liked the end. I found to be really creepy, especially the mask that she makes.
Oh yeah.
But it was just cool. I like that she was still a beauty vlogger. Even though she's recording these videos for the dark web for how to harvest human organs from people, she's still making it beauty vlogger by adding these little tips on how to get the best whatever. What does she say? The best look. She is still doing a makeup tutorial in a way.
It's a mask tutorial.
But it's a mask tutorial. But it was just cool. I think that it was really well thought out for the episode. And this is definitely one, some of these episodes we watch and, the time constraints don't work in some way, and I felt like this was the perfect amount of time for this. I mean, sure, I think that you could take that idea and make a full-length film on it, kind of like Sissy, but
too long.
I think it would be too long, and I think this is really the perfect length, and it was really cool. And even the ending with her boyfriend too, I wasn't expecting that at all. I thought after we got the twist, where we realized, oh, she's the killer, I thought that was it, but then that the boyfriend was in on it and was playing one of the dead bodies. It's cool, and it was really messed up that he's I'm starting my own channel and I'm gonna kill people and everything, and guys, come follow and subscribe for me there. Yeah,
and it also has a kind of a cool fake out to it as well, because it tricks you into thinking, because down in the corner it says dark web, right? So what they're tricking you into believing is that her camera has been hacked, and that you're watching her recording her videos, that she's going to edit this stuff later, and we're just seeing the raw footage live feed that's being pirated through her her webcam. And that she's going to be on the dark web, or that we're watching a recorded version of this, or live. Either way, it doesn't really matter. It's the same to us, right? But that she is about to be the victim. And of course, that's not true. She's the predator. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was a clever way to do it with the dark web in the corner. It makes it seem like she's on the dark web, but it's like, no, she is on the dark web, but she's the one that's put herself on the dark web. So I thought that was really cool. Mm-hmm. Now, complaints. Number one, she's not scary to me at all. She tries to put on the face makeup and she's doing the psycho thing. This kind of reminded me of The Purge, the election year, the third one, where the girl's like, I want my fucking candy bar, or whatever the hell. Oh, God, I wanted to punch that chick's acting so hard. I hated her. She's not scary. She's not intimidating. They tried everything in their power to like get these angles on her where eyeballs looked all crazy, and it just never worked for me. If I hit that chick one time, she would be dead. So to me, now, but in the episode, she is taking on a bigger man, and I'm just not buying it. Like, she takes a hammer to the back of the head at full force from this dude. And it ain't some little hammer that even that would be devastating. But it's like a mini, like, mallet, right? It's like a mini sledgehammer. It's a mallet, right? And he cracks her over the head. And I thought for sure, like, this was a wig with, like, a metal plate or something under it. So, like, she was going to take it off to show people, like, she was covered. But she was like, oh, I'm gonna need some ice and some, like, painkillers in the morning. Bullshit. You're going to need a mortician. If you got hit in the head that hard from behind with a mallet. I mean, you've seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right? We know what happens when Kurt gets hit in the back of the head by Leatherface. It does not end up well. She'd be on the ground, feet would be shaking.
Sure.
Like, the boyfriend let it happen. She let it happen. Like, it let it draw out that much. Bullshit. There's no way. Like, of all the villains I've seen in recent memory, if I had to get stuck paired against, up against any one of them, this is my choice. Yeah. I would destroy this chick.
I think that, you're right. Obviously, there's, like, it doesn't really add up that she would be able to sustain that kind of a physical hit. But I think that the scariness from her is in the normalcy that she's, like, projecting whenever. Because, like, even though she does sort of try to be a little creepy by, like, smearing her makeup and stuff, it still didn't feel like she was, like, it just kind of felt like she was playing this part for her viewers. Like, it was a persona. It was an online persona that she was kind of partaking in. So I think that for me was what was really scary. Not so much that she was, like, really psychotic looking. It was just that it was like she didn't have any feeling about it. The fact that she's killing people and stuff, it was, like, not a big deal to her. So that, to me, I think was good.
I mean, you said it best while we were watching the episode, and it's exactly, I mirror your sentiment there. You said that while we were watching the episode, you said that in her case, her biggest strength would be the element of surprise, but that is, of course, not on the table anymore, right? She's the one being pursued. She's the one that he's after, whatever. So when he comes into the situation, she already has lost her edge. The only way a girl's going to get the upper hand on that guy is if, she comes at him from behind, unbeknownst to him, and hits him over the head with the hammer, right? Like, she's not going to take him one-on-one in a fist fight. That's just not going to happen, right? So, like, she has to use her strengths, and her strengths in that scenario would be to use the elements, right? She knows the house. She knows he's coming for her, and she needs to attack him surprisingly. And she doesn't. She comes at him head on, and of course, in that instance, she, defeats him, which is bullshit, but maybe it's possible. But then she takes a hammer to the back of the head, and it's over. Done. She's not getting up from that. I'm sorry, you're not taking a hammer to the back of the head like that and surviving. I mean, maybe she'd survive, but she would be gone.
She'd be messed up.
She would be in a coma. She would be, Jesus Christ, that thing would destroy your life. So absurd there, but putting that aside, let's just say she's super powered. I don't know. She's some
She's
tough
on
chick.
drugs.
Yeah.
PCP.
Whatever. The twist of the friend, yeah, it adds to how messed up the situation is, of course, because this guy's coming there to save him. And in return, what does he get? And that's one of the things I struggle most with when I watch horror or anything, is like the thing that irks me the most is when you take advantage of people's good nature or their heroicism, and it's like you lure them in there, and it's good people dying.
Yeah.
Right? It's like it's people who have the best of intentions and getting the worst outcome. That stuff irks me to no end. When we watch these Cabinet of Curiosity episodes, just right before this, bad people are getting their comeuppance, and it's like very
satisfying.
Yes.
Yeah.
But with this and this stuff, and don't get me wrong, I'm fine with watching stuff like this, but it's like, oh man, like I hate that.
It's
I don't
harder.
take advantage of people's good nature. Like there's not enough good people.
Sure.
And I hate when people do good things and bad things happen to them because of it. It just drives me insane. It seems so unfair, but such is life, right?
Yeah.
And before I get the comments of like, women can be tough and blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying that, okay? There are some women that are stronger than some men, of course. But from what I saw of the physicality of both of them, there's no way. But that's just my opinion. Unless she's got some kung fu moves, unless she's Black Widow from the MCU, and it's just like, brawler match, just strength versus strength, she is not winning that fight, especially when she takes a hammer to the back of the head. You take a hammer to the back of the head. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Prove me wrong. Don't prove me
God,
wrong. Please don't do that. I'm kidding. So, anyways, I'll go back to being a sexist piece of shit who thinks all women are inferior to men. And,
Perfect.
I mean, this is 2-sentence horror stories, right? This is like supposed to be some woke show that is all feminazis and whatever, but I don't see it that way. I can see why some people think that about some episodes, sort of, but not really.
Yeah, not really.
So, whatever. Blast me in the
It
comments.
was a good episode.
Shit.
It was a good episode.
I could probably beat you up anyways because you're a woman. No, I'm really dead. All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Guys and only guys.
Yeah, you said
no women.
bye.
Fucking.
Oh my god.